Welcome to From the Woodshed, where we talk about all things Maine, all things Maine cabins, and all things Maine related. Coming to you from the Kennebec Cabin Company, home of the Maine Cabin Masters in Manchester, Maine. Open year-round, stopping for live music, delicious food, and cold beverages before or after your visit to our retail location.
From the Woodshed is brought to you by NELMA, Northeast Lumber Manufacturing Association. See the stamp, trust the quality. And Hammond Lumber, our building materials supplier.
We're wicked excited to get started, so let's head on in.
Welcome back to Season 6 of From the Woodshed. And as always, I'm Ryan Eldridge, and with me is Ashley Moreland,
sitting in for my wonderful brother Chase,
and Jared Baker,
Setting in for Miss Evie.
otherwise known as Jedi. I gotta say,
they are all down in Mexico right now.
loving life. We should call them, but maybe later we'll try that.
Hopefully they're surfing.
Right? Well, anyways, okay.
I saw they were.
It's not that time yet, guys. Let me get through this and we get to talk.
We are very fresh.
It's going to be an interesting day. Anyway, today's guest is Thor Retzlaff, founder of Wasted. Amazing company. We worked with them last year on our island, and we're so excited to talk to him. You guys know where to find us. KennebecCabinCompany.com, MaineCabinMasters.com, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Kennebec Cabin YouTube channel, and you can check out the online store at shopKennebecCabinCompany.com. Got to thank our sponsors. You know, we love Hammond Lumber, the official building material supplier of Kennebec Cabin Company, and NELMA, the Northeast Lumber Manufacturers Association. Let's throw the pine at it, guys. Anyways, it's going to be an interesting episode. Ashley decided to already do the water, coffee, or beer challenge, so
I did?
you might have a. I thought you don't have to hide it. She got a beer going, but anyway.
They made me hide it.
Yeah, we're really excited. How's it going, guys? What's up?
Hey, good afternoon.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Good afternoon.
I'm ready for a beer.
Get one.
All
The
right.
boss is not here.
Boss, okay, that's fine. Hey, get one. But we got to play it cool when the sponsorship come up. Anyways, how you guys? Jenny, I heard you did an awesome job last week.
Yes, where? What?
You were me last week, weren't you?
Oh, yes, last week was a lot of fun.
Did you announce the segment? Shoot the shit?
Yeah, you just roll into it.
Oh, we
Do
don't.
you watch
we
the
don't-
podcast?
Well, especially seeing how today we're talking about shit.
I know this might be the funniest episode ever. It's probably gonna be. So, anyways, what's up?
Yeah, last week was really good on the podcast. We had the Spruce Mountain crew.
Ron
Jakes came in, Ski Depot in Maine. Yeah, it was a good conversation for sure.
That's fun. That episode was awesome.
Yeah.
We went and watched it up at my dad's place.
Yeah, shout out to my dad's place.
Jay.
Yeah,
Yep.
good people. We went up last minute. It was a lot of fun.
He
Nice.
set some stuff home for us.
Yep.
So, you know, we were gone.
Shirts and hats and stuff.
We just got back from Hawaii and then from Buffalo. Go Bills. You fans are crazy, and we love our Buffalo wings. Buffalo wants us there, Jedi. We're going to go to a game.
Count me in.
Question: why did you invite Jedi and I here? You haven't stopped talking for one.
I'm excited to talk. This is fun.
Right?
Working on my head nods.
I know you and I are like.
It's
Continue. Sorry.
But yeah, Buffalo, I'd definitely go get down on some
Have you
wings.
been to Buffalo?
I have, yeah.
Have you? So we went to the Niagara Falls and went to the Canadian side.
Oh, yep.
That place is like Vegas.
It's
It was
not.
insane.
The little,
It was insane.
The stratosphere across
Oh,
the
yeah.
way.
It was
yeah,
like
it's
literally they told us it's like Vegas and we were like, didn't know what to think of it. We got there and we were like, what is going on?
Canadian Vegas.
Yeah, we went down a
The
road.
falls were absolutely gorgeous.
They were gorgeous. The rainbows were killer.
Nice.
It was a
But
good
yeah.
time. Hawaii was fun.
Yeah, Hawaii, went over and visited Callie and Seamus.
Yeah, we actually surprised her. Like, I didn't think we were gonna. She was crying. It was fun.
Yeah.
Travel with my mom and Kyle, my bonus dad, which you never do. And it went a lot better than it was fun.
Yep.
We weren't sure. We never traveled with them. Like, let's be honest. We're honest on this podcast. Like, we weren't
Are
sure.
we?
And
let's talk.
it was a trip. It was a trip for Kyle that Kyle had never really done, or he was looking
Kyle had
forward
done it,
to.
but he was
Recovering from, like-
his treatments. So this year he actually had the energy and could.
It was really good because like, I couldn't do this last year. I had no appetite, after radiation. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah. And we left. It was the middle of winter. We all been snowmobiling like crazy, having a blast.
Yep.
And then we came back to. Is this fall, spring? You think, or is this real spring?
I think this is real spring. I mean, it's still in the 30s, but the sun's shining.
The
So
lake went out at Peacocks today.
We can't get to the island.
I don't know. Well, no. Well,
We're going fast enough on the sledge, Jedi.
yeah, right.
Spot.
Oh,
She
did
said
it?
the lake went out.
Well, soon enough, I'm gonna have a boat that I'm gonna need to test out. So we're gonna give it a test run before before anything. So
You give a little hint out here, a little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're all back. We got our winter projects are going well, and now we're starting to think about our spring projects. So we're cranking away, having fun.
We're right here at St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
Coney math. That was a couple days ago because this airs funny, but
Well, guess what? Next Monday's St. Patty's Day. St. Patty's Day.
she means last Monday.
From Martin's. Shout out Martin's.
so you're saying St. Patty's Day is on the 17th, and you're celebrating today.
Yes.
Yeah. And today's like what?
Because I know that St. Patty's Day is on a Monday, and I know that this airs on a Monday, so I just.
But
It's gonna be.
But there are a couple.
Well, I didn't know that.
There's a lot of work. It's not. They just don't point and shoot. They gotta edit up. So they
Happy
gotta
late St. Patty's Day,
cut.
everybody.
Happy belated Patty.
Happy belated.
Oh, it's gonna be a fun hour. So funny story,
invited me.
Jedi. Funny story, Jedi. Ashley calls me like, can we make this episode quick? I go blah blah blah, and I'm like, sure. Get there on time, be quick, and this might be the longest episode we ever have.
It could go on.
It's because I have had a migraine for 2 days. That's all.
Well,
It's gone now.
you've already gone to the drinking Kushnock part. I'm pretty sure you just ordered food, so we're gonna see how this goes.
Yeah, I think yes.
I have been on the couch, like highly medicated with a blanket over my head, because you don't want to like look at any light or anything. So I'm hungry,
Migraines are
and I've
tough.
been drinking a ton of water.
Yep.
So I
Good.
could have.
Good to stay hydrated because once you hydrate, you pee, and it's part of today's episode. We're going to learn about some pee repurposing.
Number 1, number 2, and all the good
I
stuff.
don't know if I'm shocked that you guys invited me to come today or what.
I am rethinking that thought actually.
Hold off on going to the bathroom. Watch this video from our buddy Thor Retzlaff from Wasted. You'll learn a lot about what you're about to do.
We can all agree that when you need to go, you need to go.
Everyone does it. It's natural. It's something we can all relate to.
Kind of like eating. And we all know what comes next.
That's where Wasted comes in.
Our mission goes beyond providing just an exceptional sanitation service.
We rent porta potties with purpose. What that means is that after collecting your waste, a portion is brought back to our lab, where our research team treats it into safe and effective fertilizers.
The reality is your pee is full of nutrients, like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium.
In other words, the good stuff that plants need to grow.
Meet the team behind the vision. We're the Wasted crew.
Our purpose is to transform the impact of our waste, and that journey has already begun.
Here in Burlington, Vermont, we're applying urine-derived fertilizer to the land,
Paving the way to a more circular future.
When you see a Wasted in the wild, think of it as a donation station where you can give back to the earth.
So next time you need to go, you could rent a potty with purpose.
All right, so we are back with our guest segment. Today we have Thor Retzlaff. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
All right, Thor. Entrepreneur, filmmaker, environmental advocate dedicated to reimaging sustainable sanitation.
Well done. Today's segment.
Excuse me, this is my part.
It's
I am doing a great job as Chase today. And today's segment is brought to us by Kushnock. So would you like coffee, water, or beer today, Jedi?
I'm going to have a beer.
All right.
You can ask me.
Ryan,
I'll have a beer.
could you grab them?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thor, you got a beer to join us?
And coffee.
Or water? Awesome. Okay, guys, so today we are going to be drinking the All Souls beautiful IPA, brewed right in Augusta. Yeah, so there you go.
That's a good one. Here you go, Jed.
So Thor, how you been, bud?
All is well.
What'd you think of yourself on TV? Did you see you saw the episode?
I did. I never thought I'd make my TV experience talking about toilets, but it couldn't be any other way. So I'm stoked about it.
I just gotta say, I mean, it's amazing. Like, Ash and I love that place and what you guys did for us. And that episode's really, really special. And the feedback we got was awesome. So thank you.
Yep.
Well, should we tell the viewers what you're talking about?
Viewers reach out and share how excited they were to come across the toilet system. So, I'm fired up to be able to work with those folks and help them figure out more sustainable sanitation solutions as well.
Awesome. Ashley's right. I jumped the gun.
We jumped the gun a little bit. I think we need to explain to the audience who you are and when we worked with you and a little bit more detail here.
Yeah, Thor, tell us about Wasted, my friend.
Okay, how about let's take a step back and talk about how I got into doing toilets.
Love it. Wherever you want to go.
Yeah. So if I were to rewind the clock back to 2018, my co-founder and I, we were traveling around the world, doing a lot of media work, making cool adventure videos, and pairing that with some kind of impactful initiative. And that ultimately brought us to the side of Mount Everest. Obviously, because it's the tallest mountain in the world. It's a beautiful place. But the number one problem that we came across was these massive, massive pits of human waste. I'm talking like 26,000 pounds of human waste from all the tourism every year filling up. Those would contaminate the local watershed. That made people bring in water bottles. Like all of these negative externalities came from human waste. And so in 2018, we decided we wanted to do good shit. And so we literally went and started a nonprofit called Do Good Shit so that we would install remote toilets in these sensitive mountainous regions around the world in an effort to protect the places that I wanted to go have fun in. And so fast forward 2019, my co-founder and I, we started learning more about toilets. We met with some like incredibly smart toilet people that have been installing them all over the world. And what we landed on was this like really basic concept of biomimicry, or separating pee and poo. It's like you take your dog on a walk, it's going to go
talking my
here,
terms
walk
now.
10 feet and go through there. Super simple. And so this conveyor belt toilet, we started installing it all over the world: Nepal, Chile, Argentina, in the States. And
an island, Maine.
Yeah, well, we weren't quite there yet. And so then COVID hit. And at that point, our philanthropic funding kind of dried up and we could no longer do international travel. But here we are in quarantine, knowing way more about pee and poo than I ever would have imagined. And that's when we kind of have our second epiphany, which is human urine, our pee, is nature's fertilizer. It's liquid gold, per se. And the idea in 2020 was to start a company, a porta potty company, that collected human nutrients, upcycled them to allow us to turn them into fertilizer. And that is how we started Wasted back in 2020.
Wait a minute. I have never heard of urine as being a fertilizer. I've heard of being a sanitizer, right?
No, I only know
I don't know.
by a jellyfish.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I think a good way to think about it is like, well, what is a fertilizer? And if you were to just kind of break things down a little bit more, then we say, well, what are things and what is matter made up of? And the core elements in fertilizer are NPK, or nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, right? And so as biosphere contributors, people participating in these ecosystems, we essentially flush out excess elements we have with our waste streams, right? And the way nature has designed humans and every other animal interface with the biosphere is to replenish those nutrients, those elements, back into the earth in a natural way. And so human waste shouldn't even be considered waste. It should be something we value. And that's ultimately our vision, is to make human waste valuable. But we just live in a construct where people don't know that that's valuable. And it's hard to manage it because it's kind of gross. And so what we're trying to do is take a different pathway to that. Like, let's make toilets cool kid shit, do something productive with the waste, and make it a dignified experience at the same time.
It's all part of the circle of life.
That's right.
Okay, so from there, how does the poo come into play? I guess. I know that when I use our bathroom, whatever, what are we calling it?
Our unit.
Our user.
Yes.
That I had to pump it. I had to pump it 5 times, so it would go around the belt, and then technically there's probably more that I should have done, but because we got ours at the very end of the season, we weren't really using it completely.
But it was
He kind of explained it to me that And after that, then we would take the
waste that comes out of the back within almost 2 weeks. It's ready to fertilize because it.
Not quite 2 weeks. So the way it works, right? So what we're talking about right now is it's the off-grid toilet. We call it's a conveyor belt, right? Okay. So we use anatomy and gravity to separate your waste. And the best thing about that is that you don't have to change how you go to the bathroom. So many of these other toilets, composting toilets, these other toilets, They make you have to pee here, poop there, add this, do that. This toilet, all you have to do is push this foot pedal to flush. That's it. Nature does the rest. And so your pee goes back into the earth. It gets uptaken by the soil networks, the mycelium networks, right? Wasted's interesting because when you're in our service range, we turn that pee into fertilizer. But for your guys' use case on your island, the pee just goes into the earth, totally natural. The poop goes into what we call a decomposition chamber. It is in that chamber where poop immediately starts to dehydrate because poop is 80% water. And the rest of the poop is just carbon. And so that breaks back down into the earth as a soil. So you never have to remove that waste out. You just scrape it back inside of that decomposition vault. So you don't have to go do something with it. It just stays in that box that we made.
How big is this box?
Yeah, it's not that big. About 2 foot, 4 foot, 2x4. Yeah, it's really not that big.
But we've used composting toilets for a long time. We build cabins, we build them all over in crazy places, and composting toilets are a great way to go. But the design was never there. There was a lot more maintenance they would tell you about, and the liquids never separated. And remember, there was always that stink and that stench, and it was very important for me that to start to get Ashley on the island, stay on the island, that we had a perfect bathroom, and your system is far and above, just amazing. Like you said, gravity and everything. I mean, it was a lot of work, and that's everyone that comes down now wants to see that thing. That's the first thing they want to see, really.
They're like so much toilet.
Oh yeah, they want to go pump it, and everyone comments on the So the big thing, like you said, you need it's gray water. You have to build a gray water system. So your systems, we had a little gray water system design, where we had to bring out 3/4 crushed stone. Was it 200 buckets?
Something like that.
Yeah. We bought 205 gallon buckets. It's 3/4 inch crushed stone out there.
Jesus, could your guys use their arms the next day? That's
Luckily, it was like 2 days. My nephew Corbin did a lot of it. He's on Thomas track team. So, but yeah, it was a lot, but it was totally worth it.
Yeah.
And we got our system installed in like right around September. Got it beginning of September, and the month so we had with it was pretty darn awesome.
We're definitely looking forward to using it coming up very soon here.
Yeah, soon. Spring's on. Spring breeze.
Like, speaking of that, is there anything, after it sits for the winter, is there anything that we have to do to, spruce it up or get it working? Or is it just something that you just go in?
Yeah, I think because it was such low usage for your guys' use case, no, you'd be good to go.
Uh-huh.
What we recommend is like at the end of a season, what you want to do is go in the back and do a scrape, and then you want to clean out the urine tray. I have a video that I send all of our customers about how that works.
Yeah.
So I'll save the details for that video, but it takes 10, 15 minutes to do the maintenance, then you're good, and that's it for the year. A question I did have is that you connected the urine
diverter,
the urine into your existing gray water that you use for the house as well, correct?
No, there was not there was no plumbing. It was just one of those old pull off the lake 55-gallon drums. So I had a system designed, the smallest system possible for that area. My friend Nate Whalen came out. He's a soil scientist. He did the HHE 200, which is your septic or gray water design, leach field design. And we brought all the pipe out, all the fabric. Literally, we found one spot. He picked the best spot where there was a lot of duff and a few stuff. And Jenna, we were all there all day doing it. Like, it was hard work. We only had to dig down 2 feet, which was awesome. Yeah. Put our fabric down, layer crushed stone, then our perforated pipe. But for the amount of work we had into it, it's top notch. It's like having a real toilet on a beautiful island in Maine.
Great. It's great. Yeah, I think that in some other use cases, we use a smaller French drain, 5 to 10 feet max, directly behind the toilet. So it really depends on your use case.
Yeah, so we did do that. So in the future, we envision the cabin having water pulled off the lake and filtered. So there will be more gray water. So that's why we went a little bit big. I turned 50 cents in, and I was like, I only have one chance to do it. I'm still kind of young, so let's do it now.
Good.
Yeah. So we're talking about the conveyor toilets and stuff, but you also, like you said, you do, you have your portable sanitation toilets now, and a bunch of other.
When we started Wasted back in 2020, the idea was, let's get paid to move around human waste, right? Because the idea was, let's take urine and turn it into something valuable. And the most logical pathway there was start a porta potty company that gets paid to move around waste, right? And then the key variable there was, okay, how do we separate the waste? And so what we do inside of our portalets these orange toilets you'll see in our markets is that we separate the urine from standing users in the urinal, and so that contains the waste. Our other offerings are this conveyor belt in semi-permanent areas, like we have some state parks, land areas where we're collecting the waste through that way. But the important thing here is that like we're able to build a business on those servicing and rental contracts that allow us to move the waste around and allow us time to develop the fertilizers, the educational material, and get people up to speed with how you can be thinking differently about something like human waste. And so that's really what our team is unified around. As of right now, we've got 2 markets. We rent toilets in Burlington, Vermont, as well as Boston, Massachusetts, upwards of 800 toilets between the 2 of them.
Go Catamounts.
Employees, bunch of trucks.
Our niece is now going to UVM. So we.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I said go Catamount.
Catamounts.
I don't even know what a catamount is.
That's Maggie.
It's like a mountain lion.
Yeah, that's Maggie's. Even though UVM just beat them in basketball for the first time in 13 years, I did see that.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, Burlington's a good area. Like, and that you could. I don't think you could pick a better area because of the way people they think. Outside the back, regards to the earth. They have a lot of value for being outside and taking care and wanting to be in the mountains. Yeah. So you couldn't have picked a better area.
Colorado.
What's interesting is that I'm originally from Lake Tahoe, Truckee, California.
Yeah.
Small mountain town over in California. And we started Wasted in my hometown, and we relocated to Vermont in 2022 because at the time it was the only state that allowed you to legally turn urine into a fertilizer. And so we moved our entire company and we uplifted our entire lives and rerooted in Vermont because of your ability to turn urine into something beneficial.
Nice.
That's pretty committed. Yeah, that's awesome.
Have you turned into a hippie yet?
Any other states, have they changed laws or anything?
Yeah. So Oregon has done so since. And then in the past 5 months, we now have Massachusetts on the line as well. New Hampshire's in the pipeline. And so you can just already see some of the work we're doing along with really productive partners that we work with as well. Like we're pioneering kind of the tip of the iceberg here around, reclaiming human nutrients.
That's amazing, because we've all loved going to concerts our whole lives and all events. And, some of these events we go to are a week, 3 or 4 day long. And I remember back in and they could be horror stories. And it sounds like what you're doing now coming up, there's so much waste generated for these big events and stuff. And just from special places that you're going to really help the environment out.
For sure. Yeah. It's a good opportunity.
Where do you see this industry going?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Not down the drain.
When we zoom out, it's an interesting industry to be in because what we do relates to every single living human on Earth, right? And so it's really important. And so we're taking like a dignified approach. And so I think my short answer is the sheer quality of sanitation is going to increase across the board. As these dignified experiences, as the topics of conversation continue to increase around how important it is to be able to have a safe place to go and take care of your business like everyone else does. I think on a more like wild side, my mind goes to the actual valorization of our waste. And so I'll just kind of spin out a story real quick. Imagine you walk into like a Wasted donation station, right? It's on the corner of Times Square, and you walk in, you scan in with your little phone, and it knows exactly who you are. You go pee, it registers the exact amount, the exact volume of pee you donate. And at the end of every year, it takes that exact quantity of pee you donated and gives you a piss back. It pays you for the pee.
I love it.
For the pee that you contributed that we turned into fertilizer and sold. And so it's a circular economy where you can actually get paid to participate in the biosphere.
This is amazing.
God, it's a crazy world we're living in.
How much money I'm going to make?
Oh, my God. Yeah, but you can't make it to the porta potty. That's the problem.
Genius idea.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, Thor, Jenna's got some questions for you from our fans. We might have touched on them or not, but they always have some good questions, and they're really interested to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, some interesting questions here. First one is from Chris Taylor. Have you gotten any pushback or flack from using the name Wasted?
Yes.
I understand that, but talking to you in the last 10 minutes, you have some great terminology, like donation station. So tell us more about it.
The thing is that my first sanitation company we started was called Do Good Shit. And so I learned all the hard lessons about why branding is important and all this stuff with the nonprofit, and we still stuck with it because I come from a place of storytelling, right? I want people to remember. We have one shot to get in front of someone and have them remember you. So it's like, I would rather have the 80% of people remember Wasted and do good shit. And the fact that they do toilets different than everyone else, rather than be like, oh, is that a connotation with getting wasted? Like, it's like, yeah, if you have words that have symbolism in society and whatnot, but like, for the most part, I think it's a good thing for us. And so we lean into that. And the other piece is that at the end of Wasted is our ass fix, right? That's the piece where it's not wasted. The whole point of Wasted is that we don't waste a damn thing, right? That's why we're doing what we're doing. So it's a little bit play on words, but I appreciate the question. And I also appreciate the opportunity on a platform like this to say, hey, like, Wasted has way more depth. I like to say that we have a lot of Easter eggs in our company. And so if you go and poke around, we've got a lot going on there to keep people engaged. So
yeah,
you certainly some clever individuals for sure in that outfit.
They do well on our jobs with the puns with you and Dixie. I think that 43 of you guys would have a great time.
Yeah, we might shoot the shit for a while.
There you go.
Next question is from Tim Crete. What kind of films have you made, Thor?
Great question. So I've been skiing my whole life. I was skiing before I could walk, and so a lot of my adventure filmmaking is in the ski world. And so I've made two short-length films in the past. The first one was with my older brother, Stein. Actually, I have two brothers. My older brother, Stein. My younger brother's Wolf. My parents absolutely nailed it.
Yes, they did.
But my older brother, Stein, and we made a short film going out to the Adam Fiella. And this is the northernmost mountain range in the world. It's Svalbard. And so you can imagine, like, it's as close as you can get to skiing in the North Pole, is the way you can think about it. We made a short film up there. We spent 2 weeks living up there.
It's Scandinavia, correct? Correct.
Living in the Arctic, looking out for polar bears and skiing just mega epic lines. And so that was kind of the first one that we did. And the second one we skied a remote volcano down in Chile called Corcovado. And the story there is that the friends that we did it with, we were all inspired by this movie called 180 Degrees South, where they end the movie by going and attempting to climb this epic volcano. And so our epic was, hey, let's go attempt to ski from the highest point. And we made a movie called Full Circle. And I'd be happy to share that link as well. But it's just like a really fun, energizing, raw expedition storytelling. But those are kind of where I developed my filming skill set, and then a lot of my marketing and storytelling I've actually brought into the company. And so I make a lot of assets for Wasted that help spin the story around what we're doing, why we're doing it, try to make it engaging.
Cool. This brings up a question I have. Where do you want to go next? What are you dying to ski?
It's a good question.
Moose Mountain.
There's a lot. There's so much to ski out there.
Yes, everywhere.
So we all, I think you're making us all jealous. Jedi was in Breckenridge for how long?
About 10 or 11 years.
Ashley was in Crested Butte for
5.
And I was in Steamboat in Jackson Hole for a while. So we all did that for a while. But you're making us jealous.
Ski the West.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to make.
Where do I want to ski next? I want to ski the Ring of Fire. And this is kind of an ambitious goal. My wife, who's also my co-founder, we come from the world of skiing. And the Ring of Fire is, if you were to look at a map, it's the volcanoes that circle around the Pacific. And so that ranges from Alaska, the Aleutian Islands, all the way down the west coast,
Japan,
all the way into the middle, and down to Antarctica. But I can imagine, like, at some point getting a boat and skiing off a little sailboat for a couple of years. That'd be epic.
Dream big, buddy. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Big.
Well, again, Thor, you're such a so pleasant to talk to you. Breath of fresh air. We love your company and your values, and we can't say enough what you did for us on that island. So you guys gonna bring the team down this summer, and we're gonna go on that island and celebrate. And
word.
We've had a lot of people. Ash and I have been traveling, talking to people, and we got so much good feedback from your episode. So really hope that we helped you out, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
And
Love
I
that, man.
look forward to using your product all summer long.
Yep. And Thor, one last fan question before we go here from Pam Sanders. Is there any dangers within using human waste? Anything to really be fearful of?
Mm-hmm. Great question, Pam. I think my gut reaction is it depends how you want to use it. And so there's obviously a lot of nuance there, but I would say one of the first things that you want to do when thinking about utilizing human waste is you want to keep them separated, right? And so let's take urine, for example. Per the UN guidelines, urine is self-sanitizing and sterile, and it can be applied back in the land after sitting for 30 days. So it's very much a natural fertilizer that is productive in an environment, right? Obviously, too much of anything is bad, and so you need to use it in moderation as you return it back to your earth. Poop is where you have the pathogens, and it has more potential to be harmful to your body as far as sickness goes, and so making sure that you allow for ample time for the pathogens to die out and dry out, and then that poop can be repurposed as a productive soil amendment or whatever. But I have more resources I could share around the best ways and best kind of methodologies of repurposing waste. But it's a great consideration. And in all the projects we do and all the sanitation offerings we have, we move with the utmost PPE, take care of our employees, and make sure that we're doing it right. So good question, Pam.
So you pretty much want to know your shit before you use it for any type of fertilizer. At least you're gonna spend
You
more
want to know
time.
your shit. You want to know what you're dealing with. For sure.
You know, do some research and don't jump right into just using it anywhere and everywhere to grow things.
So, Thor, what is your website where all this great information is?
Yeah, it's www.wasted.earth. It's just wasted.earth.
Wasted.earth. All right. Cool. Perfect.
Wait, get this though. Get this though. You ready? You can buy our fertilizer at notwasted.earth.
Oh, that's good.
Always collaborate.
Excellent.
Are we going to see you at the Woodshed this summer and on the...
I'll be there 100%.
Awesome. We really enjoyed our time last
I'm
summer.
not going to call you or anything. I'm just going to roll in.
Do it.
I'm gonna roll in.
Do it.
I'll come taxi you on the Sea-Doo.
Yeah, the keys are open for you guys out there. I'll tell you that right now. So,
Anytime.
thanks, buddy. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And hey, when you get done skiing and stuff, give me a call and we'll do some social media stuff. Whatever we can do.
We're going to make an MCM ski video with you.
We should.
Short film.
Short film.
One run and done.
One run and done.
One beer that doesn't deposit sanitation station.
Yeah, straight line to bullies.
All right, buddy. Have a good day. Thank you.
Renovating or building new, you'll find a wide selection of high-performing, energy-efficient, and beautiful windows and doors at Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through the showroom displays and help you choose options to create a personalized custom look. Free in-home measurement is available, and Hammond can deliver your order from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Bring your vision and enjoy better light and added security and energy savings with quality windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company.
Well, great video, guys. And my favorite segment, Project Pointers. Well, knowing my favorite segment, I think today's my favorite. Everything about today's my favorite. So, Project Pointers. If you want to get involved, send us your videos and any other questions to podcast@mainecabinmasters.com. Like I said, we want to be the click and the clack of cabin questions, house questions, fixing questions. We got you. All right.
Who are we going to be?
Me?
Yeah.
For a moment, I'm going to be Margaret Wild, and I'm going to ask you guys a question.
Okay, Margaret.
Hey, Margaret.
Yeah, so our first one here is from Margaret Wild. Here's the situation. We have a camp on the Maidstone Lake, Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. We've had it since the early 1990s. It was built in the 1940s. It's a total dive, but we love everything about it. I mean, that's camp, right?
Oh, yeah.
First question is, the camp has several metal rods that run through the center of it. These are solid metal, about 1.5 inches diameter, and they are screwed into the wall on either side of the camp. We were thinking of moving some things around, and we have some hand-me-down cabinets in the kitchen, and one of these rods is in the way. Do you have any insight on what these are actually for?
Let's let Chase tell us. Chase, what do you think these are for? Okay, there's rods that come across.
I know what they're for. I bet you guys put these rods up sometimes.
We have
hold
dealt with
camper.
rods. Yep.
Hello?
You say for a hamper for laundry?
It's for holding the camp.
Yeah, she is.
It's not a curtain rod.
Your dad would be proud.
Yeah, I'm proud.
Yes, Margaret.
If you're watching this, come on.
She's
Hit
got
him.
this.
Right? Now, what can we do about it? Want me to
No,
answer that?
Jay's going to tell her exactly what they are, though.
Okay.
Well, yes, they are. They take the place as collar ties. Ashley's correct. They hold the walls of your camp together, which is going to help fight against snow load on your roof.
And sometimes we actually put them in, guys.
We do collar ties or rods, but yes, it's a very important piece of that camp design.
You don't want to move it.
Yeah, you
Hey,
don't.
hold on. We're thinking of moving some around. Moving around some of the hand-me-down cabinets in the kitchen, and one of the rods is in the way. Could they move one of the rods to a different section, and in order to be able to move the cabinets around?
Yes, you absolutely could. It's going to entail a lot of work that you may end up getting into your eaves, your soffit, your roof line, because those rods go through the top of your wall. So
But they don't go. No, look at where they go though.
Well,
it looks like they're going down the wall here, but they stop right around here. It looks
I don't think you can see in the picture.
yeah, but they go outside the camp.
It goes from top plate to top plate.
Yeah, we're gonna need some better
so
pictures.
I was gonna say Jedi and Ash before I saw that just put a bunch of collar ties in, but there are collar ties here as well.
Already
So this camp must have had an issue before.
Yeah.
I'd be hesitant to do that, right? Unless they ran a beam all the way across right there.
Could we put a hole? Could we build the cabinets around the
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Could, unless you were trying to open a door and there was a steel rod a few inches down your cabinet door. It might not be worth it to modify. You could. There are many things you could do to either eliminate the rods or move the rods, but it's going to entail some work. And depending on how many rods are in there, you may lose some of that straightness of the camp if the camp's walls are straight.
They're very important, so I'd say keep them if you can. All right, this is a 2-question one.
Yes, question number 2. The deck footprint overhangs the lake, and the supports under it are precariously placed on rocks. When it starts to get wiggly, one of us heads under there and adds 2x4, continues to prop it up. Given the overhang on the lake zoning rules say that it has to be the exact same footprint, so we'd have to very carefully rebuild it. We want to fully design it before we get started, and we're hoping for your input on what kind of support we should use. As you can imagine, the ice pushes up under the deck, and we need to make sure it will withstand the ice. Do we need to put concrete piers below grade, or pressure-treated wood supports be sufficient?
I think I know what the best thing would be.
Techno metal post.
Yes.
Techno metal post.
Yeah.
See, I am a freaking cabin master. How many years has it taken me?
Yeah, so we have a little video from Margaret here, so we're going to check this out. I'm curious as to see how far it overhangs the lake.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, cool.
Oh, we're making
In
Dre
the
work.
water. Oh, sorry.
Poor Dre's going to have to
So
work.
that deck is right over the water.
Right,
big
right.
time. Oh, guys.
Okay.
Oh,
we're going to pause the video, and we're also going to pause a moment for a little appetizer sampler from the Woodshed.
It's the amazing Jill Cunningham.
Yeah.
Thank you.
CEO of the Woodshed, person that makes it happen.
I've been starving. Thank you so much.
You're
what do we
welcome.
This is the first, isn't it?
This is the first.
What do we have here?
You
Just
have
tell us real quick.
jalapeno poppers, spring rolls, mozzarella sticks, and toasted raviolis.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, she texted you that order, didn't she?
She did.
Thank you, Jill. I kind of like the way this is going, guys.
This is, yep.
It's a get
Never
wasted
gotten
episode.
Snacks on the, never gotten snacks on the podcast.
Well,
before.
I think Drea and behind the scenes is probably going to dread
Tell
this
us?
because don't chew in the microphone.
Yeah, no, you got to back away. I may hold off for a minute once I get through this beer, but I'm really looking into this dock system here.
You guys look into it. I'll be right here.
Yeah. I mean, I think
too.
techno metal posts, right?
Well, can they get their machine out into the water?
Well, you could. Yeah, that's a good question. You can always cut a hole in the deck.
Right. To answer your question, pressure treated would be sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
Concrete pillars obviously are going to be a better option. I don't know as if
It's legal. I don't think it's legal.
I don't think you can add the concrete into the lake, but yeah, to restructure it with pressure treated would definitely benefit you.
No. So funny thing, guys. Well, we were just in Buffalo, and I actually got interviewed by a techno metal dealer. And in New York, you can put your posts as dock posts in
Guess
the water.
what?
So you got to
This
check
camp
what state you're in.
Yes, this camp is in Vermont.
Well, I'm just saying, you got it. Very important to check your state rules.
Right.
If you could use Technopost somehow, that's the way I would go.
Yes, absolutely.
Those things are amazing.
Yep. Stainless steel, gonna be there forever.
Yeah. Second,
Adjustable.
in Maine, we cannot do that. Secondly, pressure treated. You're gonna have to readjust it every once in a while.
Yep.
But galvanized pipe.
Yep.
Well, I gotta say, Margaret, I love everything about you. Your question about first how much
I love
it's a
your
dive.
video.
Well, yeah, you guys, I'm hearing rumors about a Kennebec dock company coming into fruition, so we should know more coming up. There's more than one way to solve that problem. So
I'm glad you didn't say skin a cat because I hate that.
I didn't,
saying.
especially when you're eating. Well, Margaret, thank you for the questions. Again, guys, Project Pointers, we love them. Keep them coming. Margaret, thank you so much actually for sending 2 with the video. I mean, Ashley's amazed. I'm amazed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know where to go. Podcast at mainecabinmasters.com. We'll answer most any questions related to cabin, how they're built, problems you're having. And if you hear our dog in the background, that is because we brought Charlie today. So today is just a crazy day.
You can smell the food.
There's a lot going on.
Charlie Marley Moral.
And the best thing is that Ashley wanted this to be smooth and quick, and
it's going great.
she's the reason it's not.
And that's why I'm going to move it on to the next number 5 fan question. Speaking of answering everything cabins, everything not cabins, this question, Ryan, what kind of conditioner do you use in your hair?
Mine.
I was just eating sort of joke.
I can answer this for him. He uses my conditioner.
Which is what?
I just switched to a better one. I don't even know what it's called, but it doesn't have any chemicals in it.
No, it's like
a sugar one.
No, it's
I
a green.
switched.
It's
Is
a
it
green,
watermelon sugar?
I used a green bottle.
Yeah.
What's not?
Biolage is what I used to use, but I do not use that anymore. We do not use that anymore.
To be honest, I don't.
I
probably should shower more.
Jedi uses conditioner in his beard as well. These two really maintain their hair. And look how nice it is.
I generally just grab whatever's in front of me.
Yeah, but you do. You guys do take care.
Why do we have to talk about hair? I'm starting to get gray. I'm like,
Al O'Leary asked.
Al O'Leary.
Al O'Leary, we have a question for you. Do you think Ryan should for men his hair?
We're gonna jump
into a little white.
Al, we're gonna jump right into your second question.
Thank you, Jedi.
Has any of your team ever shot themselves with a nail gun?
It's a great question. Oh, I've gotten a couple times.
I've done it twice. Yep.
So I got myself when I was that first house I bought. Me and my brother on Sheldon Street. I don't know if you were there that day, putting on ratchets on a gable end, and the big framing nail went right into my kneecap and bounced it off. Didn't feel a thing.
Yep.
And then another time I got a ring shank in my stomach and it stuck. Remember someone had to pull it out?
Bad
in my
bad
beer
one.
belly.
Yeah.
And you've gotten it a couple times.
I got a finish nail right directly down through my kneecap.
Oh, with Timmy.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah. I was on the floor. We were doing trim work. Yeah, it wasn't with Timmy. It was a finish gun.
You didn't. Oh, he nailed us. Did you get it yourself roofing or not?
No. Good buddy of mine nailed his big toe straight to the roof.
That's what you told.
Right, straight through the knuckle of his big toe. We had to go over and pry the nail out of his toe to get it off, get him off the roof.
I can't do this.
And you got yourself. Remember, Brad put one through his just a 2-inch finish nail through his finger that time.
Yep.
So it does happen. It's actually been an episode. It was in the our friends from Moosehead with the big compound.
The nut
camp. Yeah. Yep. You'll see Brad. Oh, it probably didn't make the air, did it?
No. They try not to show those things. It doesn't happen very often with us at all. Only 2, 3, 4 times over the last
10 years.
8-10 years. So, yeah.
We always had a medical kit on site.
Yeah. Thankfully, nothing too major.
No. Good questions, Al.
I don't know, Al.
All right. Now we're going to jump right to Charles Olson.
Okay.
Ashley, this one's for you.
I can have a snack now.
With all the cabins on the show, with light pine or cedar interiors, what would you recommend for furniture colors as an accent?
Oh, with the light pine, I think red is always nice, or a maroon, like a dark green. Can you tell me this pillows behind here? I'm
trying to eat now. I got grease on my hands.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm gonna show you some of the rustic county pillows that I think.
You want some ranch on that?
Thor pine. This one's filthy because this one came off my couch, but this is like, a nice little timberline. I think this would look good in any cabin or with any pine. Like, look at the pine right there.
So any darker colors are gonna help.
I like a nice.
Wait.
Like
You
a
brought the
nice
pillow off our couch to the podcast today.
It's got to too. Well, because we are ordering these, then we have more coming in.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Pass me the owls.
Right. I'll do it with my non-greasy hand. Hold on.
Because these are wicked cute. I want you to see it.
Yeah.
I carved out this owl, okay? And then transferred it and then sent it in and had it put on this pillow.
By who?
Isn't that cute?
That's
So
good.
we're going to be making this pillow, but more of a square.
What's that type of pillow right there
This is
called?
like a lumbar pillow. Or you put it on the end of your bed, like you put your decorative pillows there, and then you put this one in front of it.
Jenny, how many decorative pillows do you have?
Was it none? I do not own a decorative
Can you
pillow.
pass me that one last thing down there? Because I have a present for Susie as well.
Oh, nice.
Another decorative pillow?
It's not a decorative pillow, but all these would look great in. I mean, look right here. We put the.
With any color furniture.
But look, the white pine. Look at the off-white and the dark green or the forest green. That looks good. I don't know if you can see that right here. Maybe in front.
I'll hold that for a minute. Thank you. With my good hand.
Okay, and then this is totally off subject, but we made these cute little dog colors with this owl on here in purple.
Oh, nice.
What's
This is just the test one, but I think it would fit Susie.
Yeah.
And all this stuff, just so you know, can be seen at rusticcounty.com.
It doesn't fit my dog, so this is for Susan.
It's like a variety show we're doing right
It's a
now.
variety show. Everything going on.
You invite me here, I'm going to plug my company.
You think, guys,
We're
do we
doing
answer
fun
Child's question?
things for the summer. We also have a bunch of tea towels coming in for Mother's Day and some new pillow designs. So tell Susie I love her.
No.
And Charles, if that didn't answer your question, we'll answer it again next week.
Yeah, and I'll try to give a brief summarization on that answer.
I said the colors.
Any dark colors, darker colors are going to accentuate that pine. But
if you're in a coastal place, you kind of like whites.
right,
Whites
but
are nice.
What you've seen us do before is Chase's favorite pickling.
Oh,
You change the color of the pine to that darker color, and then
Any pickles on that platter of yours, Ashley?
I know there are any pickles. But then also, remember that time when you guys not pickled it, but you also grayed it and you also like blued it?
Oh, yeah, gray wash, blue wash.
We had the gray, the blue, the brown, and the white.
Yeah.
Do you know where those colors stem from? Do you remember what we chose?
I know that they all came from different camps, and I have no idea.
It was at
ones
Red Top.
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
where the camp was that you
Yeah.
put them all in.
It's all those
It was the same exact colors that the porta potty was outside the camp.
No, are you shitting?
I swear to God.
Porta potty outside of what camp?
Brown, white, blue,
What porta
and
potty?
gray.
At the camp.
All four colors was the same exact colors of the porta potty.
On Red Top, the one that
There's a porta potty at Red Top?
when we worked.
There was when we were working there.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was completely intentional, but they were the exact same colors of that
I
porta
remember
potty.
that now.
And Chase had a few lifts of all random
ends, yeah.
sizes. And he said, we're going to use this stuff, put it however.
Yeah.
When you're doing random 4 colors, there's no pattern. There's no.
yeah.
It came out awesome.
It we rolled the dice.
I think that's
How do we get all the serendipitous stuff happening in our life? We're so lucky. It's weird, isn't it?
That actually takes us right to From the Archives.
Oh, wait, can we stop somewhere, Cook? Let's try to call them and see if they answer.
Oh, yeah, here. Let me try to call them.
Let's just try.
I'll have a rabbit.
They might. We want to get a
I'll have a
snack.
ravioli.
So we're gonna try to call one of the Morals through WhatsApp.
Sarah is.
And,
so they are on a bus traveling back from how do you say it?
Chitanea.
Chitanea?
Yeah, funny. We were 3 of us have been down there a bunch.
No, where did we go? I thought we went to Tulum.
Same neighborhood.
Similar.
Okay, anyway.
What are
Sarah.
you talking to her?
Sarah Morrill. Here you are. Let's see. Well, she answered. Charlie. Here we go, Sarah.
She smells the snacks.
She does. I know. You guys can't see, but she might answer. So that
Charlie, it's all good, honey.
she could be somewhere in the middle of nowhere with no service if they're on a bus. I don't know how long the bus takes to get from there.
Could be at some Mayan temple right now.
All right, well, let's go into this next segment. We'll try it one more time before we go.
Call us back.
All right. Now back to Jedi.
All right.
No, I think that answers our questions.
Oh, it's me from the archives. Sorry.
Yes. Let's step back.
All right.
It's from the archives.
Well, actually, from the archives, there's a new section we're doing. It's a lot of fun. Eva's really good at it. So visitors come to our headquarters in Manchester, Maine, have the opportunity to leave us a note in one of our books. Just like every cabin, when you're growing up has the guest book, right?
Oh, do I have the?
Yeah, Jenna, you're right over there. So you're gonna grab those. There's 3 of them. So let's have some fun.
Well,
All
I
right,
hate to say it, if we're not recording, if people could actually have proper handwriting here.
Yeah. So you're saying Eva's doing a good job trying to read that. The handwriting's not easy, is it?
No, definitely no. There's a.
Imagine if I wrote in that book. Hey, hand one to Ashley and one to me. I want to look through them too. Do you mind?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So I'll pick one and
Let's do it. Let's try this.
Yeah,
Let's do
we'll
something
each pick
different.
one here.
We don't. Hey, the boss is gone. We don't have to go by the protocol. So everyone, so what else? This has been a pretty fun episode. I think we're gonna want to do more of these. What do you guys think?
Well, let's try to get it.
I'm getting a lot of
Can we just open it and go?
Well, if you find a good one to go, we're not supposed to do this, but yeah, we're
have
cherry picking.
Yeah.
Well, cherry pick
We're
a little
eating,
bit because
we're having some great Kushnock beverages and we're cherry picking. Someone
Hello
go.
from
All right.
Port Charlotte, Florida. We love watching your show. Allie, Tim, and Amelia. Thanks, guys.
This whole operation rocks. Paul and Melissa Fry, Des
From
Moines,
where?
Maine.
Then we've got greetings from Canada. Came all the way here to see your place. Love the show. Can't wait to see the new season. Thanks for making us laugh. Work harder, smarter, and not harder. John and Sophie from Canada.
Yeah.
All
Love
right.
you guys.
One more. You guys all rock. Love Maine Cabin Masters. Karen W. from Shawano, WI, Wisconsin.
Wyoming.
What, WI is Wyoming? I thought it was WI.
Oh, WY is
WI, Wisconsin.
WI is Wisconsin. Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
I got one more. Big fans of the show. I didn't bring my readers.
It's a great one, Ryan.
Oh, I messed this up. But it says,
Would you like me to help you?
Zemelda and Sean from Boneyville, Pennsylvania, or Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. And it says, especially Moosehead Camps.
I probably didn't say anything like that.
Next time I have to be Eve, I'm bringing my readers. Sorry, guys.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. So, anyways, we love it from the archives. Fun little segment we do this week. I think we already pre-planned to skip trivia, but I think the way things are going, it might be good anyway. So you want to do it? We're not skipping trivia.
Yeah, we're not skipping trivia this week, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna.
But here's the thing. Even those last week's questions, so we'll have Eva pick up where she left off. But Jedi wants to ask a special question. So if you're the first person with an answer, send the question. You're not supposed to answer it. You gotta, even though if you know it, you cannot shout it out.
Well, this is gonna.
Now it's a good thing you told me this.
In a roundabout, this is gonna pertain to Ashley.
Oh, hey, how about this? Why don't you just ask the question and see if Ash and I get them?
Okay.
Perfect.
What mineral is Mount Appetite famous for?
You serious?
I'm not kidding. Right here. What mineral is Mount Appetite famous for?
And is it a byproduct of our wasted earth?
And it's not fried ravioli.
Tourmaline.
Ooh, she got it right off the
No way.
Maybe we just have a little Jeopardy.
What do I get? What do I win?
I'll be.
You just got free dude from the woodshed and free beer from Kushnock.
Did I get that right, really?
You did. Tourmaline, Mount Appetite.
Hey, Evan, if you watch this.
So why'd you say that? You and Evan.
Because Evan and I went, where's Mount? Where is that?
Mount Appetite?
Yeah.
No.
Over towards Paris, Norway area.
That's where Evan and I went. And they have a big
Tourmaline mines. Yeah,
Mhm.
there's a bunch of them over there.
And Evan and I went mining, mineraling, whatever.
So that's actually something cool to talk about. Like the Maine has some mining. Like it's not you're not gonna be gold pan like the Gold Rush guys, but there's mines you can go up and you can find tourmaline and some
amethyst,
stuff like that. So
yeah, all kinds of gems.
Our good buddy Tom would be a great one to talk to on that.
Does he do that?
Dayhoof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate. I'm gonna say I hate him because he gets so much.
He gets
awesome
some
stuff.
really good stuff
follow
all
him.
throughout the state of Maine.
yeah. What's his?
He's a rock hound. Is that the called?
Rock hound.
Yeah. What's his thing called? It's cool the stuff he gets.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't.
Give us one more.
I love.
Wait.
Do you want off right off the same card, or do you want me to go get another?
Get another card. Let's try the mortals one more time. Then we're gonna wrap this thing up.
Ashley could just win this
Try it one more time.
I'm gonna grab two cards in case we
All
don't
right.
go best of
A
three.
tie. Okay, perfect.
You don't even have to push a buzzer. You just gotta shout the answer.
Okay. I don't have a buzzer.
The buzzer's under the table. You know that?
I hope not.
All right, tough question.
All right, here's a good one.
All right.
What main crop is used in making pudding, toothpaste, salad dressing, and aspirin?
What is that? What?
Legit.
Potatoes.
Main questions. False.
What was
Corn.
Nope.
Blueberries.
Nope.
What was the question?
Okay, I'm going to read one more time. What main crop is used in making pudding, toothpaste, salad dressing, and aspirin?
Fiddleheads.
Nope.
Mint.
Nope.
What it?
Sea moss.
Oh, interesting.
That's it.
So so the thing crop sea moss. Yeah, whatever. I get it.
Okay.
Darn guys, this has been really fun.
Okay.
Toothpaste.
Well,
Oh, you get the call. Is that them?
yep.
That's tag.
Oh, sorry. Anyways,
What's tag, Colin?
hopefully this episode we don't kill you guys. Hope you guys think it's funny. This is a lot of fun. It is the Get Wasted for our friends from Wasted Earth episode. Thor, thank you so much.
Cheers, Thor.
Yeah.
Cheers
So
to
we'll
Thor.
see you next week. As always, Ryan Eldridge.
Chase Morrill, aka Ashley Morrill.
Jared Jedi Baker, a.k.a. Eva Morrill.
And we'll all be talking to you or talking over you or yelling at you. We're out. We're back. I forgot to thank our friends at Hammond Lumber, Throw the Pine at It, and our friends at Nelma, the Northeastern Lumber Manufacturers Association. Thank you, guys.
From the Woodshed, we'll be talking to you.
From the Woodshed is brought to you by Nelma, Northeast Lumber Manufacturing Association. See the stamp, trust the quality. And Hammond Lumber, our building materials supplier.